The colony of Kepler 9 had always been a beacon of human achievement and technological prowess. Its towering skyscrapers and futuristic architecture a testament to mankind's indomitable will. As the first autumn since the colony's founding rolled in, citizens began to reminisce about the earthly traditions they had left behind, one being Halloween. The colony's leadership, aiming to lift spirits and build a sense of community, declared that the inaugural Halloween celebrations would go ahead, complete with costumes, candy, and eerie decorations. What no one expected, however, was the sudden shift in the planet's aura as October 31st drew near. Shadows seemed darker, the winds carried whispered voices, and electronic systems glitched in disturbing patterns. Satellite readings began to register inexplicable anomalies, and the colonists felt an unsettling sensation that they weren't alone, an unfamiliar feeling on a planet they were still coming to know. As the day of the celebration approached, the atmosphere in the colony grew tense, amplifying the already high-strung emotional states of its residents. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to analyze the anomalies, but only found themselves diving deeper into an enigma they couldn't explain. Despite growing unease, the Halloween event commenced with hopeful enthusiasm. People dressed in an array of costumes, some reminiscent of Earth, others influenced by their new environment. Yet as the night wore on, some residents began to report strange sightings, glimpses of figures that were not part of the festivities, and fleeting shadows that seemed to mock their every move. As the clock struck midnight, a collective gasp filled the air. All the displays, screens, and holograms across the colony froze for a moment, displaying the same cryptic message, "You are not alone." The impact of the midnight message was like a bolt of lightning, startling the colony's residents and flooding the communal spaces with a sense of trepidation. Many questioned if this was part of the planned Halloween festivities, a show of technological marvel, or something far more unsettling. The colony's leadership was quick to jump into action, issuing reassuring messages and dispatching technicians to investigate the mysterious phenomenon. They explained that it could be a glitch, a prank, or even a hack, but the undercurrent of anxiety remained. Meanwhile, the scientific teams delved into their research with renewed vigor, cross-referencing their data with ancient Earth folklore about Halloween. They were grasping at straws but desperate for any lead that could explain the eerie events unfolding around them. Despite the urgency, the general populace tried to continue their celebrations. Children went door to door, trick-or-treating with hesitant smiles, while adults gathered in homes and community centers, their conversations tinged with concern and curiosity. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any stranger, a haunting melody began to resonate through the air, a tune neither human nor machine. It seemed to emanate from the planet itself, a siren call that shook everyone to their core. Following the eerie melody that seemed to be a manifestation of the planet's consciousness, a palpable sense of dread settled over the community. People huddled in small groups, casting wary glances at the surrounding landscape, half expecting it to come alive. A special task force was assembled by the colony's leadership to investigate the source of the haunting tune and the cryptic message. They were armed with the most advanced equipment, yet each member felt the weight of the unknown looming over them. As the task force ventured into the unexplored territories of the planet, they found peculiar formations of rock and mineral that seemed almost deliberate, as if arranged by an unseen hand. Their instruments picked up low-frequency vibrations, aligning strangely with the haunting melody heard earlier. Back in the colony, a grassroots effort was underway to protect the vulnerable, children, the elderly, and the sick. Makeshift sanctuaries were set up in community centers, filled with the soft glow of artificial lights and the muted hum of conversation. But amidst all the precautions and investigations, the feeling that something monumental was about to happen grew stronger. The sky took on a darker hue, and the winds changed direction, as if guided by an otherworldly force. As the dawn of November 1st approached, an uneasy calm settled over the colony. The task force returned, their faces etched with a mix of awe and confusion. They had found no concrete evidence, but each member was profoundly changed, as though they had glimpsed something beyond comprehension. Reports came in that the mysterious anomalies had ceased as abruptly as they had begun. Satellite readings normalized, and the haunting melody was no longer heard. Yet everyone knew that something inexplicable had touched their lives, leaving an indelible mark. The community gathered in the central plaza for a closing ceremony, a collective exhale after a night of unspeakable tension. As the colony's leader addressed the crowd, reassurances were offered but met with skeptical eyes. Everyone felt that they had been part of something much larger than themselves, something that defied explanation. In the days that followed, life slowly returned to normal, but conversations were now filled with whispers of what had transpired. People spoke of the Dark October, a term that would forever be associated with this bewildering Halloween on a distant planet. And so, as the colony looked forward to its future, its people couldn't shake off the nagging feeling that they were indeed not alone. Whether it was the planet itself or some other entity, the events of that Halloween had irrevocably altered the fabric of their community, leaving them in a state of awe and wonder.